And some of them have funds that we know of, some don't. But the first one, and the spacing and the numbering of these warrant articles are subject to change as things develop. So the first one we'll talk about is the Council of Aging has put a special warrant article in for the establish a Council on Aging revolving fund. Second, the Board of Selectmen is, we put a special warrant article for the protective agency dispatch configuration, and that amount of money right now is $455,000. If you recall, Robin has accepted that assignment to assist the chief and to explain to the townspeople how important or not that particular reconfiguration is. The next,
May I
yes.
just remark that the Capital Budget Committee did, at its meeting last week, unanimously vote to support that.
Thank you, Carol. The next special warrant article submitted by the Conservation Commission, and they want to amend certain bylaws in the town, changes to the wetland protection bylaw. No monies on that warrant article. The next warrant article, which is also by the Conservation Commission, is to reestablish the Conservation Commission Trust Fund in the amount of $25,000. This had been done for years, and it built up a balance of approximately $150,000. But if you recall, we used those funds this year to purchase property on Dedham Street in conjunction with the Dover Land Trust.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. So their Concom is looking to reestablish monies in that fund. The next special warrant article is submitted by the Recycling Committee, and that is also to amend a bylaw, which would include changes to the Recycling Committee's duties and title. The next two special warrant articles were submitted by the Dover-Sherburne Regional School Committee. And we talked about, and Dana White came in a couple weeks ago, a couple meetings ago, and talked about their need to put improvements into the campus in the amount of, in the fiscal 15, $362,000. Now, if you recall last year, when it was the air conditioning in the middle of the school, there were two warrant articles floating until such time as determined how to pay for that. So we'll have two warrant articles until such time as we figure out how to pay for the $362,000. And to shorten that up, it's rather to pay through borrowing or free cash. The next special warrant article is from the Minuteman Regional Vocational School. And there's no monies associated with this, but it would amend the Regional Vocational School District Agreement. The next one is from the Council of Aging, and that is to establish a $25,000 sinking fund to act on future development. And the last is from the Planning Board, and is that a bylaw change to adopt zoning bylaws to regulate medical marijuana. As you recall, last town meeting, it was voted to have a moratorium on the Commonwealth of Massachusetts general laws that I think it was in November of 2012, and I might be wrong on the dates, where the Commonwealth, the voters of the Commonwealth approved up to 35 medical marijuana dispensaries and manufacturing sites. And the town of Dover voted overwhelmingly last year to put a moratorium on it until the Attorney General or whomever, Department of Public Health, thank you, came forth with the final regulations and rules in which they have. So now it's up to the Planning Board to create bylaws to regulate pursuant to the Commonwealth's new laws. And those are the, there are 10 new special warrant articles. again, one, a duplicate, not a duplicate, but a different way to pay for the regional school campus improvements. Do I hear any questions?
I have a question, Dave. I know that if we do the standard funding for the regional school capital budget, okay, that we need to approve the 362, even though our share is 53% of that or whatever. But if it's free cash,
It's our portion.
it's our portion of
under
that,
the
right?
agreement.
So we need to find out what
Roughly
that,
half.
roughly half. It's actually
It's a little
53
more.
54%, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's,
And the free cash would be probably pursuant to the execution of the intermunicipal agreement.
Yes.
And briefly, the intermunicipal agreement is agreement between the participating towns, which would be Dover and Sherburne, and the regional school committee. And it would give the participating towns the ability to pay for their share of capital improvements however they wish. And from what I understand, the town of Sherburne is in favor of this agreement to be, and I know the draft form has to be tweaked, but it's been well vocalized that we have been in agreement since day one, which is probably 3 years ago.
it's moving along.
Good. Okay,
Did we skip the sinking fund?
no. The council aging, 25,000? No.
Or did I just,
You might
at
have
a
just-
senior moment? Okay.
Oh,
It
how
happens.
appropriate. No, I did.
Okay.
And when the council aging, just to give you a brief one on that, obviously, they have approached us about building their own
Right.
standalone, and they're looking to put some monies aside, whether to put monies down on a new property, or study new properties, and things of that nature. I'm sure they'll do a better job explaining it than I am right now.
Okay.
But that's it for the special warrant articles. Carol, anything else?
No, do we want to make our decision now, our bets now about how long the meeting's going to be, or should we wait?
I think we should go.
Should we wait?
Yeah.
This meeting or?
Town meeting. Depends how well Robin does with the chief, reconfiguration.
I'm working on it and I warned everybody I'm not creative, so.
Okay, let's move forward then in our agenda. And the next item is disclosure of financial interest by special municipal agreements. And basically, we have two existing town employees who want to become call firefighters. And I will read the motion, but Dave, is there anything more to it than that right now? Okay. Well, let me read the motion then. To approve pursuant to General Law, Chapter 268A, Section 20F, the request of the fire chief to exempt Deborah Reineman and David Donahue, Donahue's interest in a call firefighter position from the prohibition of General Law, Chapter 268A, Section 20, and to authorize Ms. Reineman and Mr. Donahue to serve as a call firefighter under the direction of the fire chief, provided that the fire chief first certifies to the town clerk that the services to be provided by Ms. Reineman and Mr. Donahue as call firefighters cannot be performed by a current fire department employee as part of his or her regular duties. And that's the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, as we move right along, we have one appointment, I believe, this evening, and Robin, you have an appointment?
I do. I would very much like to appoint Bob DeFusco as a member of the Finance Committee on Roads. He has agreed to serve on that committee and will be a very welcome addition.
And he would replace...
Carl
Yeah, okay,
Akins,
yeah,
I believe.
thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Bob, for volunteering for that. Thank you, Robin. Okay, so that's other businesses. We have 2 special licenses. The first is at the Massachusetts Horticultural Society on January 23rd, which is this evening. I hope they have a nice time. And I saw the chief sign this. And the second,
It's almost over.
yes, hurry up, Bob, something.
They can still make it.
The second is at the Charles River School, and that's on February 8th. And I will vote that tonight, but I'd like to, this be contingent upon the police chief's approval and whatever he wants to put.
Or restrictions or stipulations.
Great, thank you.
or requirements.
So.
Second.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept both those special licenses.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Good, thank you. Okay, so this is the one, the chief. Okay, thank you. The next item agenda item, excuse me, under other business, is snow and ice authorization, I imagine, yes. Snow and ice authorization. And Dave, do you want to give us a quick rundown on that?
Mr. Hughes is requesting an additional $50,000 in authorization for snow and ice. We're in pretty good shape so far, and he's expressed his pleasure at being in the shape that we are so far, but our next meeting not being until early February, he just wanted to be sure to have enough of an authorization to continue to do what he must do to keep our streets safe.
Great. Now, that being said, this includes the past storm this last weekend?
Yes, they're estimating that invoices not yet received for last weekend, about $20,000.
Okay. Well, once again, I have to applaud Mr. Hughes and his crew, They're doing a great job. It's a little colder than I'd want it, and I'm sure he should fix that.
Well, he said that makes the snow removal really tricky because the salt just doesn't work well when it's very, very cold.
I wonder if
And
Brian
some
works.
of the days, they've actually had to back up because of the wind, some of the really steep roads to get the salt
Really?
to stay.
Wow.
So it's been kind of tricky for them.
Did you see, where is it, must have been Wisconsin, but it's only a guess, where they use cheese brine?
I read
That would make
that
sense.
briefly,
That's-
different types of brine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's agricultural byproduct
Yeah.
bonds now.
Okay. Well, thank you, Robin. You're becoming quite the person in this highway here. Thank you.
Be driving the
Well,
trucks soon.
Yeah, that's when I get off the road. So I'll make the motion that we approve the additional $50,000 for the snow and ice budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. As a matter of logistics, does the warrant committee vote on it also, or just John signs it?
No, it does get
The
voted by
warrant,
the warrant.
right.
Okay. Just trying to save you a little time, John, since you're here. Okay, there's a couple of items under other business that were not on the original agenda. The first one will be the easiest one, which is to reschedule our next Board of Selectmen meeting, which had been originally scheduled for February 5th. It'll be rescheduled to Monday evening, February 10th. And do we vote on that? Or just no?
Just,
Okay,
just program note, I think.
program note, thank you. Rick, that's important for you too. Okay, in other business also, Greer, I believe you want to talk about what's happening in the Board of Selectmen's office?
Yes, yeah, with the move of the morning part-time administrative assistant to the Board of Health, we, as you recall, we asked the board to consider creating a full-time position. We have a part-time in the morning, part-time in the afternoon, combining those two positions and creating one permanent full-time administrative assistant who would possess a higher level of skill set, given the needs in the office at this time. So it would be a grade 8 administrative assistant, which you all approved and we brought to the warrant committee, and it looks like they will approve this as well. So we went out and posted the position. The period for applications closed last Friday. We conducted our interview of the sole applicant internally, and I'm very happy to report that today we asked Felicia Hoffman, who is the part-time afternoon administrative assistant and also the assistant town clerk, if she had made, we told her we would like to ask the board to offer her the position, and if they were to, would she accept it? And she said yes, she would. So I'm putting that in front of you this evening for your consideration. She is a wonderful administrative assistant. She is a wonderful assistant town clerk in every respect, and we would be thrilled to have her in our office on a full-time basis.
Great. Well, we all know Felicia
great
over the
news.
last couple of years. I forget how long she's been working part-time in the Selectmen's office, but she's a wonderful person, does a great job.
Yes.
And I'd also like to thank Barry, town clerk, for understanding Felicia's move and helping out the Board of Selectmen's office in what is the busiest time of year,
It
the
is.
next couple of months. So thank you, Barry, and congratulations, Felicia. I cannot wait for you to start in the office. Now, did you say we have to approve that?
Yes, it would be a vote of the board to appoint
Okay.
her to that
Does
position.
anyone else have any comments before we vote?
I just think it's very good news for the Selectmen's office. I had the opportunity to work with her, and she is very good, and I'm pleased to have her on board.
Yes, it's great for the town of Dover as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make the motion that we hire Felicia Hoffman for the position that was posted. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Okay, next agenda item is to approve the December 19th and January 7th, December 19th, 2013, and January 7th, 2014 meeting minutes. And if you recall, the December 19th meeting minutes, we put off because we went ahead a number of changes to those.
So I just have one little nit. On line 40, the 396, you should have a comma, not a period in the number.
And then yeah, okay, good.
This is the value add
Yeah.
at the table.
Finance Committee on Roads, the title.
Right. I'm really good fun. Be careful, I could be standing in street soon.
Let's draw. Okay. Okay, I don't have any other changes to December 19th, 2013 minutes, Robin,
No,
Karen. So I'll move to approve those meeting minutes.
I was not in attendance, so I'm gonna ask that.
Second.
Okay, good. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. And on to the January 7th, 2014 meeting minutes. And this was the meeting which Police Chief McGowan came in and started to talk about the police dispatch reconfiguration project.
I just have one suggestion on line 29, to replace the words with putting with temporary relocating the dispatch area.
Relocating the
Yeah, but
dispatch area.
temporarily, I think it's,
Temporary, yeah. Okay, I like that.
I should have noticed that before, just came to me now.
That's, Okay, I see other than that one change that Robin suggested on line 29, I see no other changes. Anyone? Then I'll move to accept the meeting minutes of January 7th, 2014 as
Amended.
revised, amended per Robin's suggestion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good. Carol, did you have something?
Just one thing, and just wanted to remind everybody, I believe that this was received in all the households in Dover, but our state rep Denise Garlick is having her annual report to the community this Monday, January 27th, at the townhouse, in the great room, I assume. The reception is from 7 to 7:30. She will report 7:30 to 8. And then from 8 to 8:30, there's time for discussion and questions. So I hope Dover residents will take this opportunity to meet Denise if you haven't already met her, and to listen to her report. Thank you.
Thank you. I look forward to that, actually. I went last year, and Representative does a great job.
That she does.
And we're off to the annual convention tomorrow, for the Selectmen and Mayors in the Commonwealth, to be held in Boston. I look forward to that. I'll see everyone there early in the morning.
Right.
We'll bring back great ideas for the warrant committee to peruse over. And with no other citizens' comments, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second?
So moved.
Oh,
So, all in favor?
aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. And good night. Thank you very much.